Last week, we focused on the diverse students you're going to find in your classroom. This week, we're going to be focusing on the diverse school options that you may end up teaching in. This week, in your reading of Chapter 3, you're going to learn about different school venues, the structure of typical school settings, and then what it means to be an effective school. I am providing you here in this chart an overview of the similarities and differences between public schools, magnet schools, charter schools, alternative schools, private schools, virtual schools, and then homeschooling. I would encourage you to pause this video and read the details. As you can see, parents have a variety of options to send their children. This is not without some controversy, however, especially in terms of how these venues are funded. Let's take a look at your assignment this week, which is going to focus on the debate of private school vouchers. I want you to first read Chapter 3, which is School Similarities and Differences. But then I want you to go under the lesson resources for this week and read about the debate over private school vouchers and how we are funding private schools. And so you can see in the lesson resources, the first chapter here is an article called Debating School Choice, a historical overview of private school vouchers. Even though private school vouchers have been in the news recently, the debate about private school vouchers goes back way further. And so I really want you to stop and get a historical overview first. And then this chart here is going to give you some of the pros and the cons of debating these vouchers. And then I want you to watch some recent news headlines because this is current issues that are going on. And I know that's actually ironically what we're starting next week is current issues in education, but I felt like it was so important to stop and talk about this because I posted this video about House Bill 10, which is addressing, funding private school vouchers in North Carolina, and then I had to go and update it and provide another video because even though the legislation passed, Governor Cooper actually just vetoed the legislation, and I'm sure I'll be providing another update in the next couple weeks. And then the last link here just gives you an overview about school choice in North Carolina and again how these choices are being funded. You only have one written assignment this week because I know that's a lot of information to digest, and I really want you to make sure to watch it because again, this is something that is going on right now in our legislature, and it's such an important topic, and it's one that I want you to take a stance on. So speaking of taking a stance, your forum this week is going to require you to take a stance on your views of private school vouchers in the state of North Carolina. So I want you to first inform yourself about what's going on, make sure you read those lesson resources, and then you can see here there's 4 different stances that I've provided. Yes, there's probably others, but I want you to pick one of these 4 stances that most closely aligns with how you feel about private school vouchers. I want you to explain your stance, and I want you to cite specific material either from your textbook or most likely it's going to come from the lesson resources this week. After you make your stance on public school vouchers, this forum is designed to be a debate. So I want you to reply to at least 2 of your peers, either supporting their viewpoints or challenging their viewpoints. And since this is a debate, I want to make sure that you are respectful, that your response is professional. Do not attack people's character. Remember, we're focusing on the arguments here, not personal beliefs. This is designed to be a Q&A forum, and you've done one of these before. So just remember, you have to post first, and then you have to wait at least 30 minutes to view other responses, and then you can go back and reply. I'm really interested to see where you stand on private school vouchers. I have a strong opinion on private school vouchers as well, but I want you to first debate with one another before I share that with you all. And I'll probably share that with you next week when we talk about current legislation. If you have any questions at all about your reading or the assignment this week, just let me know.